So my name is Anastasia, and I've been through really hard times recently. That's why I want to talk to you about value on the first time and about women taking risks on the second hand. And also about women being visible, because as I understood, this is my goal, my superpower, and my profession. So the buzzword today is value. Everyone is value-driven. Everyone is enhancing it. There was I. One day, I decided to move from journalism, so I was deputy editor-in-chief at Forbes, to a corporate career. You can ask me, why such a top position, amazing brand? And I will answer, I hit the glass ceiling. I'm sure that everyone can feel this. And I want to ask you a question. Have you ever felt you're going the wrong way? So, I did. 11 months ago, I decided to quit my bustling life as a journalist, full of meaningful conversations with self-made, brilliant entrepreneurs, VCs, and other amazing people. So I decided to go to corporate life because I thought, okay, I need a normal job finally. I got this normal job, and it seemed to be like a really good position. But I found myself in a rat race with no meaning, no scaling, no value attached to my hustle. And I felt like I was diluting myself. I think that VCs and founders will get me. And I was like, okay, what shall I do next? I took a risk once to change the job. I failed as a corporate girl. That's why I need to take another risk. I need to get back to my profession, because I knew that my superpower was digging for talented entrepreneurs and making them superstars. That was my talent. So I'm going to tell you a little bit what I did at Forbes and why I think that was the right way. I was deputy editor-in-chief at Forbes, and I was the youngest on this position, not just in my country, but all over the world. I got this position when I was 27. And I also was head of under 30 in Russia. I brought this list to Russia in 2019. Together with my team, we released 4 lists. And you can tell me, okay, 4 lists, that's not so many. On the one hand, yes, but on the other hand, we nominated 400 young leaders and entrepreneurs to the list. 120 of them became finalists. And some of those finalists became the faces of Forbes covers. For the first time in Forbes Russia history, young leaders, young entrepreneurs appeared on the covers, because the magazine was just a magazine for oligarchs. That's it. And it inspired me so much, and this Under 30 project inspired me so much, but you can just ask, why women? My first ever event as head of Forbes Under 30 was in Israel. So I just went to see how the big guys are doing this job, how are they creating this amazing and famous, world-famous list. So I went to the conference, which was a female under 30 conference in Israel. And I was shocked. This vibe of female entrepreneurs was so strong that inspired me to do the same for women, on the one hand, in Russia, and on the other hand, for all entrepreneurs and young leaders. So I came back, and we launched Under 30. And I felt that it was my goal, it was my aim, the thing when I am a game changer. I put these people on the covers. I made them superstars, and I know that our list helped many people not only in my country but all over the world. And my aim was to make them superstars not just nationwide, but also worldwide. I'm gonna ask you a question and you will get my plight. Could you please name a dozen women CEOs just from scratch? Or, I don't know, half a dozen? Or just a couple? I don't mean those amazing women you're working with in your companies. I mean just the rest of the world. Probably you've seen this TikTok where a journalist in New York asks people the same question. Please name some female CEOs. And you know what? Almost no one can do this. Sadly, women are so underrepresented in business, in venture capital, in R&D, in tech. And I don't mean that there are lack women in top positions. Of course, there are women in top positions. But what's the problem? The problem is that their public profile compared to a male's one is much lower. We need to dig into the companies to find these women and make them superheroes. And it causes a really great problem. Probably last November, you've heard of a case. There is a conference fraternity in Latvia, and its founder, Edward Sizovs, what did he do? He used a modern technology, ChatGPT, to generate fake female speakers for his conference. It was a great scandal, but still, he did it. I'm working with VC, and I know that sometimes VCs put women on the boards of the companies or just make them partners just for them to be there, just for the public image. And I think that amazing women shouldn't be on these positions only because they are women, because we know so many examples of great women who should be on the stage. God bless us, we didn't have ChatGPT back in 2019. That's why we had to dig ourselves for women, for Forbes Under 30 list. And we tried our best. So we digged really deeply. And that's why I think I have an experience to share some tips with you. Probably these tips will be useful for journalists, for people who work in media, and also for event organizers. So my first tip is very simple. Please announce an open call. Don't use this strategy, don't call us, we call you strategy. When I came at Forbes 10 years ago, I was lucky to be the part of another project. It was a startup contest. The name was Billionaire School. So yes, we made people billionaires. And what did I do there? I actually watched the video applications. And now I know that Pareto principle works perfectly. 80% of those applications were junk. Yes, but you still have another 20%. And you can find really gems in this 20%. The second tip from me is ask employers for their best experts. Sometimes employers can tell you, okay, yes, she's an expert, but she's a bad public speaker. But come on, instead of putting this girl away, help her. I think just a couple of lessons with their speech coach can help, and this girl will shine like a diamond on the stage, which is super easy. The third tip is do your homework. Please find 5 or 6 conferences on the same topic as yours. Watch the videos. Probably the colleagues have already done this job and they have already chosen those underrepresented women. And you can just ask for the contacts and get acquainted with them. The fourth tip from me is ask another female. Because in my world, females always help another females. And if you have, I'm sure you all have, a high-profile female in your network, ask her, please. I'm sure she will give you a couple of contacts of another women. And the final tip, the last but not least, is use your own network. I'm sure that the person you are searching for is in 2 or 3 handshakes away. So if you want women to speak publicly, if you want women to invest in startups, if you want women to launch startups, please help them instead of creating their fake accounts. And here I am talking to you as a long-lasting talent digger. I took risk. I failed. And I got on my way back to create more value and to add this value to the world. And I want to address women, please, if you feel that you are underrepresented, if you want to tell your story, come, I'm here for you. Thank you.